Hi, good evening to Madam Siti Rosaida. My name is Reyniesha Maruthayah. So today I'll be talking about the assignment, which is assignment 1 for manpower planning. So in the assignment we will be talking about the manpower planning trends, current issues, and analysis, and also the recommendation. So for the introduction part, we will be emphasizing on the crucial roles of the effective workforce planning today's dynamic business. It is also highlighting the challenges faced by the organizations such as global developments, technologies, advancements, and shifting in labor demographics. It is also will be aiming on the explore to the current workforce planning issues, which includes the temporary employment, diversity benefits, technologies which impacts on the workforce management. So in this assignment, we will be also talking about the recommendations. So in this assignment, we will be identify 3 significant trends and analysis, which is technology advancement, demographic skills, and gig economies. So when we talk about technology advancement, what are the significant trends and analysis is the presence of artificial intelligence, and which evolves the job roles and also replace the traditional job skills. And for the demographic skills, there will be a potential skill gaps due to the growing number of retirement, and also there will be a millennials and Gen Z, where they do expect for work-life balances. And for the gig economics, it is actually on the reshaping of the manpower within an organization, which it involves in opportunities and challenges, which creates the organization to be much more innovative, to be strategic, to employ people. And due to the gig environment, there are some numbers of freelancers jobs where they expect for flexibility, and this also provides the diversion of group. So from the analysis we mentioned earlier, so we'll be going through detail of its implications. So we will be talking about the trend issues, workforce planning strategies, talent management practices, and also recommendations for the organization performance for the improvement. So for the first one is technology advancement. So the first one is trend issues. So what are causing them is actually because the traditional staffs are not getting held to the tech savvy world, and they are using the old times consuming methods to get their job done. And due to the presence of AI, will be job shifting, where previously they will be doing job manually, but due to the presence of AI, it will be done in just a click. So for the technology advancement, workforce planning strategies will be reassessing the talents that need to identify the skills that which is essential for their company in this technology driven landscape. So other than that, for the talent management practices, organization must prioritize on the recruitment of the future employee for these strong digital skills, which involves in revising their job description as well. For organization performance, it is essential to update their performance management system to drive more effectively in their company. So for the next point is demographic shifts. So what are the issues is actually aging workforce. So it involves in job description to be revised as well. So for the workforce planning strategies, we would suggest that there will be a risk of losing valuable skills, and to avoid that, we suggest succession planning and mentorship programs. And talent management for practices, we do emphasize on the work-life balance and workplace culture, which create an inclusive environment for the both permanent and temporary employees, which also we could emphasize on the employee well-being campaigns such as mental health days and everything. Besides than that, organization performance is to have a proper workforce planning, which is also strategized on improvement of organization performance, which also enhance the satisfaction level of employees and reduce the retention, which is sustainable for the organization performance. So for the next point will be the gig economy. So what are the issues from the gig economy is due to the incorporating current use of technology and not skilled to be on hands-on. So workforce planning strategies, we will be suggesting to adapt a workforce structure which is for the part-time user and which is for the permanent staff as well. For the talent management practices, it is actually emphasized to establish a clear policy and frameworks for the managing gig workers and also for the permanent staff workers. This is to actually create a sense of balanced work life for both people. And for the organization of performance, consider providing incentive to gig workers in order to appreciate and cultivate loyalty and dedication among themselves. So next we'll be talking about the traditional approach to the manpower planning and its implications. So in technology advancements, early days, people were focused on specific roles based on the historical data, but now it is important to identify the forecast and the future skill gaps which might occur. And requirement, it is important to recruit people with digital skills, and it is also advised to invest in training programs to create a culture which is continuous learning in the company. For the point number 2 is the demographic shift. In early days, all of the employees are getting treated in same ways without considering of their special needs. But now it is important to migrate the impacts of retirements and give a mentorship programs to share the skills. And to create a healthy work-life balance, it emphasizes on the inclusion and the diversity of everyone. And for the third point is the gig economy, where the early days full-time workers will be needed to fill the staffing needs, but now there are many flexible roles which creates a flexible system where the freelancers and temporary workers create a established a new demand, which also establish a new policies which we have to give them a good offer pay and salary to make them stay. There are few actionable recommendations which I would say is firstly to implement a flexible workforce planning which provides a clear SOP for full-time workers and also for the gig workers. And it is also important to make the employee make use of the technology, which is by having a communication tool by using the Outlook email or also as WhatsApp as a communication tool. And it is also important to monitor progression of the workflow on time to time daily basis. And for the second point is to leverage data analytics for the workforce planning. It is important because employee business data analytics are important for the for the current company for evaluation and always to improve on their target. So it is also important to utilize data analysis, and which might be helping for the performance review to be much more accurate and more helpful when performance reviews are done in annually base. And for the third point is enhance the employee engagement and well-being. So it is important for the employee to have an access of their job satisfaction. This can be done by having a survey, and organization wealth health and also wellness program, it is important to maintain the wellness of the employees at the workplace. It is also important to involve employees in decision making activities. So for the evidence-based recommendation, the demographic shift, there is an article which is will be describing on the according to the Department of Statistic Malaysia, the workforce becoming increasingly diverse with growing number of women and also older workers. For this, we would recommend to develop an inclusive workplace which provides policies including women's after giving birth, or also people who are working in an older age, either simple work such as cashiers. And for the second point is data analytics for the workplace, where the article is mentioning about a study by PwC Malaysia highlights organization that using HR analytics can improve the talent of management and reduce the turnover rates. So as for the recommendation, we would suggest that leverage of HR analytics for strategic decision making. When making a decision, it is important to have a real data pulled over and to have a strategic decision making. And for the third point is employee engagement and well-being. This article is mentioning about the Malaysian Institute of Human Resources Management, MIHRM, reports that employees' well-being are linked to higher productivity and the lower cost of the absenteeism. So it is important to foster a culture which is giving an importance of well-being of employees and also give an importance in the work-life balance at their company. So for the recommendations and development, we'll be talking about the strategies for leveraging opportunities. So we'll be looking into the opportunities and migration strategy for each point. So for the first point is demographic shift. The opportunities are diverse perspective and increase in labor pool. And for the migration strategies are targeted requirement campaigns and to give an importance to retention programs. And for the second point is data analytics for workforce planning. The opportunities are to inform a well decision making plan, predict in analytics migration strategies, data privacy compliance, and training in analytics for the HRs. And for the third point is employee engagement and well-being opportunity, where the opportunities will be giving a higher productivity, attractions and retention plans. And for the migration strategy, it is important to have a regular feedback mechanism and crisis management plans in hand. In summary, the key findings from the trend analysis is demographic shift. They are involving in demographic in workforce, including increase in diversity of inclusion women, older women, and present on opportunities innovation, but it requires a specific plans for recruitment and retention plans. Organizations need to adapt in the workforce planning strategies to accommodate the changing composition of the employees. Meanwhile, for the data analytics workforce planning, it is important to give a leverage data analytics which allows the organization to identify the patterns and the needs of within the workforce to enhance the decision making process. It is also crucial to follow the data privacy rules to mitigate the risk of associating with handling sensitive information effectively. And for the employee engagement and well-being, it is important to satisfy the employee significantly contribute to the succession of the company. It is also important where the implementing systematic approach for the gathering employee feedback and preparing for potential crises that can lead to a greater job satisfaction and increase in loyalty and organization. As an overall recommendation for the development, it is important to invest in funds in technology and training initiatives. This is to keep the employees continuous learning program, and to employ a targeted strategy to identify and engage with suitable candidates. Besides that, it is important to establish a transparent contract for freelancers and for the permanent workers as well. It is also important to conduct a frequent diversity where it includes training workshops. And for the next point is to for the HRs to actually use the data analytics from their real company. It is also important to boost participation of employees in all activities such as well-being trainings, or even trainings such as emergency response teams. So for the importance of addressing trends and issues in manpower planning, it is because to increase the adaptability to changes, enhance the talent acquisition and retention, improve the organization performance, informed in decision making through a data analytic, and sustainability in corporate responsibility, and also a long-term strategic planning. In conclusion, addressing workforce trends and issues is crucial for organization success and future management strategies. By adapting to technologies advancement and demographics shift, companies are able to create an inclusive workforce models that caters to diversity of employee needs. By utilizing the data analytics, it aids the information decision making of HR to enhance the talent acquisition and boosting organization performance. By prioritizing the employee well-being and engagement, it fosters a positive work environment, leading to a higher job satisfaction and loyalty among the employee. By having a proactive workforce planning, it ensures the resilience and readiness for emerging opportunities, positioning organization for sustained success and dynamic business landscape in the long term run. So that's all from me. Thank you.